something. April Fools, something funny. Monday, ba 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 da da da. It's a Monday, ba da 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 da. Time to look at all the free tabletop role-playing game products and tabletop role-playing game sales, and of course, tabletop role-playing games. Bundle! Good morning and welcome. It is I, the OGGM, on this April Fool's Day at 8:05 in the morning, broadcasting live from Site B. I am having a horrible allergy attack to something, probably the rains. So if I sound all sniffly and sick, that's why. I don't think I'm sick. I think it's just allergies, but you never know. We had a Easter dinner last night, and my mom made these very weird looking chicken breasts that were obviously GMO. So those could have got me sick, or it could have just been a cold. Anyways, it's Monday, so it's time to look at all the freebies, sales, markdown, bundles, charity things. Now remember, doubly so because it's April Fool's, these are all digital. None of these are physical product unless I specifically say so. So you're not actually getting anything other than a PDF file. And because we are dealing with digital media, especially today being April Fool's, before you install or open any of these products, please check them for viruses and malwares and phishing things and ransomware and all those other things that are out there, because they're still out there and they're getting progressively worse. And they'll be doubly worse today because there'll be lots of April Fool's nonsense on the web. And finally, in regards to the charities, I'm still surprised after over a year this hasn't got me in trouble for saying this. Maybe instead of giving to the charity and getting the bundle, maybe just give to the charity directly and skip the middleman, especially with like all the bundles for our friends like Owen K. Steffens and Janelle Jacquess and those things. Just go to the GoFundMe page instead. All right, that's all the warnings out of the way, as I do every Monday. Let's see if anything is worth our time. I would expect a lot of Easter and April Fool's themed adventures, but I was disappointed. There weren't. All right, so this is probably the biggie for this week. This is the quick start for the reprint but brand new version of Coriolis from Free League. Coriolis was like one of the first things they ever did. So they have a quick start on the drive-through for free. It is the setting, premiere, rules, adventure, pre-generated characters, and handouts. Link down below. If you've never played Coriolis before, this is brand new, so you don't have to have any pre-existing knowledge of it. And if you've already established with Coriolis, this continues the Coriolis campaign and information that you might already be familiar with. So whether you're a newbie or somebody who's been invested in this for a while now, either way, it sounds really cool. If I had an extra $45, I'd probably pick it up, but I don't, so I'm not. DigiPin Institute of Dex Technology. Is that a real place? It sounds like a real place. DigiPin Institute of Technologies. I've got to look that up now. Far be it from me not to educate you guys. It is a real place. It is in Washington, D.C. It's an educational pioneer. It is one of the first to offer a bachelor's degree in video game technology. Wow. Okay. Congratulations. And now they're, I guess, entering the role-playing for the first time, or I don't know. I've never heard of them before today, so I'm assuming it's the first time. They have a Pathfinder adventure available today, and it is called House of Eternity. It's a third level Pathfinder adventure, and it's available for free on drive-through. From Try Barn, Trey, Trey, Bryner, Briner, we have He Whispers No More, a Tyrant's Gasp 2E remaster conversion, which also contains the original version of Tyrant's Grasp. And this is a modern second edition rules, vaguely based upon Pathfinder. Something, blah, 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 blah. What? Yeah, that sentence makes no sense. Okay, I think This is referring to a Pathfinder adventure path called Tyrant's Grasp. And this individual has taken that adventure path and converted it to modern 2nd edition rules. I don't know what modern 2nd edition rules are, unless he means the Pathfinder modern 2nd edition rules. Or does he mean modern 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons? You know what? Just skip this one. It's far too confusing. From Wyatt, we have Cloud Empire's Funeral of the Anti-Sate, which is inspired by Nausicaa. That's also on drive-thru. Raging Swan Press brings us Tower of the Astromancer, a system-neutral one-page adventure for free on drive-thru. We have Dungeon! From Black Box Games, spelled BLAKBOXX, not to be confused with BLACKBOX Games, which attempts to recreate old school adventure feel without sacrificing the character or class options. So this is an OSR OGL D20 retro clone. I've lost count. I know we're in like the 5,000s. There's maybe just too many of these. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I don't know. Zyptoec, XIPE, first word, TOTEC, lesson word, second word, releases Performance Piece, a system-agnostic mythos adventure you can use with Call of Cthulhu. Well, that wouldn't be system-agnostic if it's for Call of Cthulhu. It's set in 1970s Edinburgh, and it's free on drive-thru. The USSR space program has discovered an alien artifact on Mars, which has led to a resource rush among the stars. Go forth and conquer Mars. But there are small mice on the little spaceship, and you play them. You play, I guess, intelligent mice who are adventuring on a spaceship as it travels from Earth to Mars, and then adventuring on Mars as the Russians try to colonize it and mine it. And you play mice. It's a D6 sci-fi role-playing game of mice, free on drive-thru. We've got Advanced 8-bit RPG from Infinite Black, which is a retro video game inspired take on OSR system. I think this is a redo because that sounds really familiar. But so if you're looking for a retro video game 8-bit Zelda Mario take on OSR systems for free, here you go. The Copper Companion has brought us a squad rules for 5e mass combat called Squad Combat for 5e, which is a set of alternate combat rules meant to streamline and run skirmish combat in 5e, because that happens maybe Kingmaker type campaigns. I mean, how really? I'm sure there are skirmish rules for 5e, but it just doesn't really feel like that's a 5e thing. You know, 5e is very much about the individual. Taylor Lane, not the singer, has an alternate campaign compatible with all D&D issues called the Evil Undead campaign, as opposed to the good or neutral undead campaign, where you play undead. And you have 6 new undead classes, including the Ooze class. And you get to run evil undead, as opposed to the neutral or good undead, where you go out and do evil undead things and D20 type stuff, like eat villagers and whatever it is undead do when on their day off when they're not guarding treasure. And Lazy Cat Colt has released Mouse Punk, a cyberpunk RPG, except you're playing mice instead of normal cyberpunk characters. Mice and rats and teeny is a big thing. I talked about this last week. I'm not sure why. Other than, the collective unconsciousness of tabletop role playing, nothing really clicks as to why this would suddenly be a thing and so many people are tapping this market. I mean, it's not the first time. There's always been a let's play animals, let's play mice, let's play Secret of Nim, going all the way back to Bunnies and Burrows, which of course is based upon Watership Down. So it's been out there. So there's always like one or two floating around. Always has been. But this recently, like the last 2 years, has really been a sub genre of general role playing that has really picked up steam with this. Let's play mice, let's play rats, let's play the littles, let's play super teeny cute things, let's play action figures. As opposed to like one or two, we're seeing over a dozen this year alone, and it's still early. And I don't know why. There's nothing really that makes me think, oh yeah, I get it. As opposed to all the games that came out that tried to capture the Stranger Things feel when Stranger Things was big. And remember all those games that were coming out with the retro 80s, but you're kids, but there's horror. This, I don't know. I mean, if anybody has any ideas why this is a thing, let me know. I don't really understand. I should probably look into it. It just doesn't really make. I mean, sure, why not? I mean, it's a normal game, but instead you're playing a mouse or a bug or a real teeny person. Sorry for that segue. Ember Studios has an OSR adventure available for us called A Dark and Stormy Night, originally designed by our good friend Owen Steffens, who is going through a lot of trouble. This is an OSR, OGL, generic D20 adventure. Lightcaster Rambles has also released a generic OSR, OGL, D20 type adventure called 5 Visits to the Temperate Stone, a 5-room dungeon crawl called the Temperate Stone. We have a adventure called Cirque des Soleils by CanadianDice.com. This is a play on Cirque des Soleils, but it's Cirque des Soleils, where we have to infiltrate a mysterious evil carnival. From Dragon Drop Games, we have Harvesting Trophies for rules for collecting trophies and alchemical ingredients from slain monsters. Delicious in dungeon. I mean, this is going to be a thing. Hewie Einfeld, first word Hewie, second word Enfield. Hewie Einfeld brings us brand new rules for thievery in 5e by making it into mini games. So instead of just rolling your lock picking and pickpockets, we're going to have little mini games where you like to have to do things to pickpocket or pick the lock or just make. Here is our only Easter release. I would have thought there would be more, which means we'll probably see them next week. We have Christopher Hamill has released Egg Hunt, an Easter celebration, where you go as a first level adventure party to try and find eggs, specifically dragon eggs, because that's just something first level characters should be doing. Meanwhile, lightning round over at Drive DM's Guild this week. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new maps and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new background subclasses type of things. These are always available on both Drive-Thru and DM's Guild under the free button. It'll just be on your. If you go to Drive-Thru or DM's Guild, you'll see the board, and over in the corner will be the list of all the companies that you can get stuff from, and at the very bottom is a big button that says free. Moving on to sales this week, Mundos Infintos, M-U-N-D-O-S, first word, I-N-F-I-N-T-O-S, second word, has a bunch of mini games available on itch.io. We've got a robot game, a fantasy game, a Nordic sci-fi game, a fighting game, all for $6, all from Mundos Infinitos, bundle of mini games. Over at the Dungeon Masters Guild, we've got a new zine available called Uncaged. The entire run of Uncaged is marked down to 60% off. So if you're interested in getting in a brand new role-playing centric 5e mostly zine, here's a good chance to jump on the Uncaged bandwagon. Another bundle available on the DM's Guild from Keith Hiscos, Hiscos, is a bunch of new subclasses for $4. At least 1, 2, 3, at least 10 brand new subclasses for D&D for $4. We've got a bundle called Barrelorn's Bargain Bin. This is available from the Mage's Hand. It's a trio of books collecting a whole bunch of NPCs and stuff like that. So Barrelorn's Bargain Bin. So items, NPCs, markdown items that might be a little bit questionable. Yeah, just book of items, $3. November Rush has given us a VTT map instruction guide called the Get Started with Isometric bundle. The bundle includes 7 collections of Roll20 ready-made maps for you to play around with to learn how to make your own and how to use the maps to their most effectiveness. Some very large truck is driving by. So if you want to get into VTT map collection, or if you're very confused about how Roll20 works, which I think is pretty much everybody, I've yet to meet anybody who's gone, wow, I love the Roll20. It's the best thing since sliced bread. No, pretty much the reviews of Roll20 from everybody I've met are either or God, I hate this thing. Here's a good way to get started, and it's $30 for the entire bundle. So, we've got a trio of maps available from Tellest for $5. And we've got the epic bundle of Call of Dungeons, a dungeon crawler RPG board game using dungeon tiles and a deck of cards to create randomly generated dungeons to explore. It can be used as a standalone game or something to help your existing game. Now, this is not a physical product. This is a whole bunch of PDFs, so you're still going to have to download them and print them out and cut them out to make the card and use the tiles. And it's $33. Moving on to charity bundles. We've got a brand new Dungeon Crawl Classical bundle from Goodman Games. This one is called Meter's Bones, and it is a second-level adventure dedicated to our friend Janelle Jerqueas and her style of adventure design. All the funds go to support Janelle's family, who are still dealing with the aftermath of her sudden passing and her health issues. This is $20. We've got another bundle for Owen K. Steffens. This is the Owen K. Steffens GoFundMe bundle, going to cover the devastating cost of having cancer in the American medical system. So this has got a bunch of stuff in it, including D20 Modern, Pathfinder. Then we've got another bundle for Owen. This one is from the Echelon Game Design. This is called the Owen K.C. Steffens' Rad Bundle. This includes a whole bunch of different things for Call of Cthulhu, Savage World, Steve. There's that truck again. Just a hodgepodge. Just a word you don't hear enough anymore. A hodgepodge of gaming product PDFs, all for the Owen K. Steffens GoFundMe, $30. Bundle of Holding has a Fiasco bundle, which is a giant collection of extra stuff for the Fiasco role-playing game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 adventures and conversions based upon the very fun, award-winning Fiasco role-playing game for $10. And this goes to support the Mines Advisory Group. Mines Advisory Group. That's something about mining, I guess. Or maybe it's an advisory group whose name is Mines. I don't know. It's $10. If you're not familiar with Fiasco, imagine pretty much every Quentin Tarantino's film, especially Reservoir Dogs, as a role-playing game. And that's basically the premise of the Fiasco. You're just normal dudes and dudettes trying to do something, but the universe just conspires against you, whether it be rob a bank, or pull off a con, or even something not illegal. The whole premise of Fiasco is just the cascading level of ridiculousness. Free League has got a bundle for the Ruins of Symborium 5e campaign setting for $10. This is a direct relief charity. Pretty much looks like everything Free League has made for the Symborium 5e conversion. So we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 PDFs, all around that, all for 5e, all from our friends at Free League. Mephidius had released the John Carter of Mars bundle, the pulp sci-fi adventure 2D20 system game for $8. This goes to support Roll versus Evil charity, and it comes with everything that Mephidius has made for the John Carter of Mars bundle. And you might be going like I am, wait, I don't remember them making a John Carter of Mars role-playing game. Well, they did, but it was definitely not as big as some of their other ones. Goodman Games has got a brand new bundle out of monster books. This is every D20 monster guide they've made under the OGL. So going all the way back to the old OGL days, 3.5 D20. It's got a whole bunch of monster books. Some of them are just like collections of monsters, like your typical monster manual. Others are dedicated to one monster specifically. I remember, like the all doppelganger, the all werewolf, the all lich, the all vampire book. These were like little zine books. They're like 15, 20 pages. They're like $8 to $10. Soft print. And, it was a entire book dedicated to the care, feeding, lifestyle of a specific monster and all the variations of said specific monster. And this seems to be all of them for $10, and this goes to support food banks. We've got a 3D Beastmasters compendium over at Humble Bumble. This is a huge bundle of 3D printer STL files. And they've got like 28 different theme monster collections, including Undead Pirates. Cannot go wrong with Undead Pirates. $25 is the most popular pledge, and this goes to support cancer research. Remember, these are STL files, so doubly check them for viruses, malware, ransomware, and stuff like that. Pathfinder's continuing their Guns of Alkenstar bundle. This contains the entire Guns of Alkenstar adventure path and all the supplements that were made for Guns of Alkenstar, including books on bringing guns into the world of Pathfinder and the VTT files to run it. $40 is the most popular pledge. It goes to World Builders charity. Magpie Games has got their Best of Magpie bundle, and that includes Mask, Passion de la Poissons, Fate Codex Anthology, and even some stuff for their Avatar game. And if you get the $25 one, they will also send you a copy of the Avatar Legends starter set as well as the PDF. So this is one of those times where you will get a physical copy mailed to you. $25 is the most popular pledge, and it goes to support children's charities. And finally, Crucible 7 is continuing their Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay bundle for another week. This is $25. It goes to support children's health charities. And it contains a whole bunch of stuff for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, including the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay starter set, the entire Enemy Within campaign, the latest reprint, the number one most popular Warhammer Fantasy campaign, constantly reprinted, constantly updated. So this is the latest version of it for the Crucible 7 Warhammer Fantasy stuff, not Warhammer Old World or Age of Sigmar Warhammer Fantasy. And that ends on April 4th for $25. And that's it. That was a long one today. And yet, surprisingly, no April Fool's bundles and only one Easter bundle. Weird. Would have thought there would have been more, but whatever. Hey, man, make sure you check out our April Fool's Ancestry for 5e and Pathfinder 2. Hey, look, it's Steven, our good friend / nemesis from Roll for Combat. And he has got his brand new product out. So head on over to their site to get all the information. I'll post the link down below. We love our friends over at Roll for Combat. So please give them a support. They're really cool dudes. And that's about it for the sales and rentals and bundles and thingies for this week. As always, again, remember these are PDFs and not real. And if any of these sound like something you want to check out, use the links down below or just go to Drive-Thru, DM's Guild, or Humble Bumble and check them out. And let me know. Let me know if you pick any of them up and what you thought about them, because that's always interesting to see if this video actually has any influence on the world whatsoever. And that's about it. Again, it was a long one. Happy spring. Stay safe out there. And I'll talk to y'all later. Sniffle, sniffle, allergies, sniffle, sniffle, April Fools, sniffle, sniffle, get off my land.